Welcome to Chaos Games, the physical roguelike D&D card game. First, you pick one of the 6 heroes, each with their own unique ability. I'll go with the water hero Azala of the Frostlands, but before we pull Ironheart Valley, let me explain the meta a little bit. Around the hero are the armor card slots. These act as equipment slots except for the artifact and curse slot. Curses, unless specified, always take place of whatever artifact or curse is already here. Item cards will go one of 3 places. The treasure slot is for any item you wish to sell out of town. Any item sold, overridden by a curse card, or discarded by an enemy will go to the junkyard where it is out of the game permanently. And the last slot is the redraw pile. Any item card used in battle will go here to be redrawn if you run out of cards in the item deck. Lastly, the enemy zone needs no explanation. Then we'll draw our 4 item cards and start our adventure on the first event card, Ironheart Valley. Each event card has a number at the bottom and is the only deck that should be played in order. It says to battle 1 enemy. Before battle, we will equip our artifact, Amulet of Elizar, and pull our first enemy card, Stackler. He's a pretty weak enemy, so we'll use Gokar's bow to defeat him and then draw our item card, which you'll draw an item card for each enemy defeated. We are all good to go to the second event card, Mount Silo. Some event cards will have unique challenges to acquire power, so we'll battle the 2 enemies to get the attack upgrade, Emberguard Thrash and Blazing Monk Igon. Some enemies will get unique bonuses if more than one of the same type is on the field. So we'll use Sarah's Miracle to defeat Thrash, then you use our action point to attack Igon. Now, Igon will hit us, only dealing 1 point of damage, but leaving us with the burn status effect, dealing 3 points of damage every turn until defeated, or using an item card to get rid of them. Paralyzed, making you or the enemy lose an action point. But we'll take the 4 points of damage and then use our action point to defeat Igon. And then we'll draw 2 cards since I forgot to draw a card when we defeated the first enemy. And then we'll take our 3 HP heal and take our +1 overall attack. Some event cards will present different options to pass. Here we could take the damage and pass easily, or risk fighting 2 enemies to gain more item cards. But since we heal 3 HP per event card, we'll just take the damage and move on for now. Some event cards will have the ambushed effect, meaning that the enemies will attack first. So we will take 2 damage, we'll use Mastery Brew, take our 5 damage so that the next turn our Whispering Shell cards will hit for 30 instead of 15. The item card we drew we can't use now, but certain armor cards and boss perks will give you more action points later on. Is a trader, so we'll sell him these 2 item cards, add them to our treasure pile for 80 gold to buy some more stuff later, and then we'll move on to the Forgotten Valley. We will accept this challenge on the event card and give our enemy an extra attack and 10 extra HP. And since we have Caller of the Void, we can take the 5 damage and defeat him instantly. And before we move on, we will equip our weapon. On to Winnow. Let's see if our enemy drawn is a fire enemy that activates the effect of Winnow. Thankfully it's not a fire enemy, so we'll attack him and stun it thanks to our new weapon. And since it can't attack, we'll defeat it and draw our item card. This next event card, we have an artifact, so we'll take our item and move on to the town of Mythanol. And all town event cards work the same. You can pay 100 gold to heal any hero, or pay 50 gold to either remove a curse or draw an item card. Let's transition now to the last cards I'd like to show you today, the boss cards. Out of the 6 bosses, each have their own unique effects that will change combat, and once you have beaten them, will gain a perk to use for the rest of your adventure. And as the game continues on, I see expanding the story until it finally hits the end, adding crossover cards and more item, event, and enemy cards so people can create their own adventures and tell their own stories. Through the blank chaos cards so they can add whatever mod card they want to their game. And once the main story ends, I see many campaigns that get to tell the smaller story in the wider world of Aracrux. And if you made it this far, thank you for giving me your time and listening to the story of Chaos Games.